Flour is 1 pound, 8 ounces. Fat is 1 pound. Salt is 1 ounce. Water is 8 ounces. Just so you all know, and you got this in your recording, there's always one item on the board that is improper measurement. Why do we do that, Dupree? Because we don't want anybody just walking in the room stealing our recipes and thinking that that's what the item is. So we always leave something up on the board wrong in case you got those little nighttime thieves coming. Oh yeah, this how they make that. This how they make that. Always put one thing on the board wrong, and then in your book you correct it. Okay? Real quick, how we're going to make this up? We're going to take 1 pound, 8 ounces of flour.
8 ounces of flour.
And then we're going to take that, put it into our bowl. And we need 1 pound of fat. This fat is called shortening. Somebody know another fat that they use at home? Who? Oil is another fat. What's another fat? That's what this is. Margarine, butter. Somebody know another one? Yes, lard.
So wait, you pour that for dry grease?
Yep.
Oh no, it's milk.
Everybody see how that works? Boom. That's one of the reasons why you have to do that. Before you start, you have to wash your hands. Okay. Everybody see that balance?
Yes.
Take our our fat, put it in another bowl. Take off our weight. Always leave the counterweight on. Move it to 1 ounce. Look at how little I had to put in there to make that scale bounce. Make it bounce. And now we have our salt, our water, our flour, and our fat. Okay? We're going to move our water out of the way. We're going to take our flour, put it on the table, take our salt, and disperse the salt into the flour. Okay? Next, take your fingers. This is another reason why you gotta have clean hands. You're gonna disperse the salt into the flour. So everywhere the flour goes, what's there?
Salt.
Everywhere salt goes, what's there?
Flour.
Very good. And now we're gonna create a well, but this is called the shallow well. Okay? You can't see the bottom of you can't see the table, but you do see this large ring around the top. You're going to take your fat, put it inside. And now, you're going to take your fingers and do like this. Except for instead of doing it like this up ways, you're going to do it down ways. Okay? You're going to take your flour, put it over the fat, so it doesn't get too sticky on your fingers as you're doing this motion. Remember? Watch.
You got your drop on.
See that? We're trying to create small pea-sized pieces of dough. And if you watch some of the other students' videos from this morning, they'll show you that when I did it with butter, I used my metal scraper, and I did a chopping of it like this to go through. It's fat of shortening and the fat of butter have two different consistencies. As you see here, My hands are already begun to get sticky. If you look at the AM students with the butter, you don't have this issue. But there are some other issues that do come along with using butter that you don't have with shortening. So that's why I'm giving you all shortening to use, okay? See what's happening?
Yes.
See how smooth that flour is getting? Reminds me of my old professors. Okay. Now, same move. See the fingers like this? We're going to go into the middle, and this time we're going to make a deep well. Okay? Now, the difference in the deep well and the shallow well is you can see the table. And look at the size of this. This looks like about the size of a hot and ready, doesn't it?
No.
Okay? Smaller?
Bigger.
Okay. They don't,
No,
it's big-
smaller.
Okay.
It is smaller. They were saying that it should be bigger. I think.
Okay. Well, this is the size you want to get it. To me, that's the size of the hot and readies were when I was buying them. And now you take your cup of water and you pour it right into the middle. Okay? Everybody see that? Mm-hmm. Now, as you have the shallow well, now you have a deep well. And as you see the deep well, the water is sitting directly on the table. That's another reason why we have to bleach the tables clean. Because we know that we get debris on the tables. We don't want that debris in our pie dough. So now, you see what I'm doing around here? I'm taking flour from the outside of the well and I'm sprinkling it, like my name E40, into the water. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. I do not own the rights to this music. Okay? And we're going to put that right on in. And what's happening to the water? Somebody tell me, what's happening to the water as this is happening?
It's being absorbed by the flour.
Exactly. It's absorbing it. Now, what would have happened if I just took this one wall and started putting flour into the middle of
The water will escape.
Exactly, would have ran our way out. That's how come I told you all you need to have special shoes so that if you do have that mistake right here, you won't be doing Michael Jackson, moonwalking right here in the area. But if you're doing this properly, sprinkling this in, you can do this at home on your table. And as you see, I can just press down. And as you see, what's that right there? Got a little bit of water. I'll take some flour from another area and sprinkle it on over there. Let that get absorbed. Okay, everybody got it? Now, I'm gonna take my metal scraper, come in off one side. Look at that, it ain't moving. Okay, we got no water drippage coming in. And so now, I'm gonna bring it all the way in from the 12 o'clock position, from the 11 o'clock position, from the 9 o'clock position, from the 7 o'clock position, from the 5 o'clock position. And what's this position?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, very good. Now, everybody see this part here in my hand? Everybody see how I got my hand like this?
Yes.
Everybody see how I got my hand like this?
Yeah.
You're going to take this and push it into the middle of the table. And you see what happened? Into the middle of your dough. And you're going to do that with both hands. Into the middle, 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 into the middle. Where? Where?
Into the middle.
Where?
Into the middle.
I hope that y'all got this in y'all video notes that y'all are taking in class. Oh, what? Y'all taking video notes? Oh, show me a teacher doing video notes out there in them streets. Okay? See how all that dough just came together in a matter of minutes? See all of this dough? This is all a part of the 1 pound, 8 ounces of flour that everybody is supposed to measure and get into your dough. If you don't have 1 pound, 8 ounces of flour, your dough is not going to come out properly. It might be a little sticky. It might be a little dry, depending on how much you're off. But if you're perfect with your dough, you're gonna have this situation. Everybody should want to bring their camera up to what I'm getting ready to show you. You'll see a little marbling of where you have the fat and the flour. And this is what makes your dough, your pie crust, flaky inside of the oven. This is what causes it to rise. You have different levels of fat and shortening and flour. And so now you're just gonna take this, you're gonna get a piece of plastic wrap, lay it down, set that inside the plastic wrap, put your name on it, put it in the cooler. Any questions?
No.
Turn off your recording.